Hey everyone, I hope that you remember my interview with Lucinda and Kurt. It was in two parts back in, I think, late May or early June. I don't remember. Well, anyway, their company, Texas Ready, has sent me a box of seeds, open pollinated, heirloom, and all of the things that I need to get my now fall garden started. So I am eager to see what is inside of this box. Let's open it up and take a look. Everything comes in an ammo box. So it is weather tight, which is a good thing at my house, because this will live outside on my potting bench, and very secure. And what do we have here? First, important documents. Let's see, important documents from Texas Ready. Thank you for your order. I'm not going to read it to you, I'm just skimming it. So it looks like just basic instructions and some notes on varieties and such like. And it says at the bottom of one page, the Bible teaches that we are blessed to be a blessing. Inside your ammo box is life. Life in the seeds and life for those who share in the harvest. To that end, we strongly encourage you to share seed with others. And it goes on. I'll read this later, but that looks good. Here's a brochure from Texas Ready, which tells all about their company and just some general information. And then on the back, as you can see, it lists their different boxes that they have available for you to purchase, from the piggy bank to the treasury, something for everyone. But the reason for Texas Ready in particular is these are all open pollinated seeds. And then if you follow the Mittleider book, the Mittleider gardening course, it is actually literally a course, then you'll understand why open pollinated, why heirloom, how to build your boxes, prepare your soil, make your soil, fertilize, water, all of that stuff, including, of course, planting. But this is an actual course. I've been reading through it. My beds have been established for a while, so I'm kind of skimming through and getting to the highlights. So that's a separate book, but very helpful, especially if you're a beginning gardener. This is cool. Max Lucado, he did this just for you. Max Lucado is one of my favorite authors. I will be reading this in just a little while after I've planted some of my seeds. Good, that's unexpected, that's delightful. I'm really glad to see that. Okay, so the very first thing at the top of the box then after the paper goods is the Trace Element Nutrient Pack. This is a weekly feed pack. I will mix it up in 5-gallon buckets. It is intended to top dress, or rather to not really top dress because it's going to be dissolved in water, but this is just a weekly feed for your garden to make sure that your plants have all of the nutrients that they need to grow. So there we go. Good with that. Now, seeds, and more seeds. Wow, I'll start right here. We've got Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, all the brassicas. Good. I will plant some of these now from my fall garden and some I will save for spring. We've got celery. We've got, a variety of squash, summer straight neck, butternut improved, Connecticut field, spaghetti squash, black beauty zucchini. Wow, a whole bunch of squashes. We've got 2 types of cucumbers. I love to make fermented pickles, so this will be great. 2 cucumbers, and one of those I can plant. Cucumbers like cooler weather. It's mid-August right now, but the weather will begin to cool down shortly, so I will get that planted, some of it, for this fall. Then we've got more cabbage, so I'll put that with the brassicas. Chinese cabbage, asparagus. Oh, I'm so glad I want asparagus. That was on my list. Onions, sunflowers, Texas grano onions. Good. And sunflowers. That just that is good. But look, there's so much more. I've hardly scratched the surface. Cherry red tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, Marglobe improved tomatoes, San Marzano tomatoes, lots of tomatoes. So I'll get those started about February, and then I'll put them directly into the garden next spring. Then we've got peppers, jalapeno, cayenne, which is good medicinally, by the way. A lot of this stuff is good medicinally as well as just for eating. California Wonder, sweet banana, lots of peppers for flavor and for medicine. Eggplant, that goes with tomatoes. Okra. I'm the only one in my family who likes okra, but I love okra. So I'm excited about that. I do have some growing right now that I planted earlier this year. Not enough, so I'm excited. I'm excited to have more. This I will plant next year because it needs it needs heat. That's what it needs. We've got cantaloupes, we've got honeydew, we've got watermelon, yum, yum, radishes. We've got butter crunch lettuce, red salad bowl lettuce. That's one of my favorites. Paris Island Cos. That is my favorite lettuce. And then we've got, the greens, kale, arugula, spinach, two kinds of spinach, collards and mustard greens. Ooh, some nice fat. I was going to say bacon fat, and I may do that, but I'm kind of rethinking the pork thing, so we'll get back to you on that later. With Swiss chard, leeks, onions, carrots, beets, turnips, kohlrabi, rutabaga, all these yummy root vegetables. They're so good. Take the kohlrabi, the rutabaga, the turnips, an onion, and maybe a fennel bulb. Simmer or steam it in chicken broth and then puree it with lots of butter. Cream, heavy cream. Oh my goodness, that is the best side dish ever. Wow, that's already a lot of seeds, but we're not done. Beans, we've got provider beans, Blue Lake pole beans, red kidney beans, a bush lima, Henderson bush lima, that will be fun to grow. Roma bush beans, that's a good one. More beans. Contender bush beans, I especially enjoyed bush beans. And then another bush bean, pinto beans, one of our favorites. Okay, and then we've got peas, excuse me, black eye peas, Oregon sugar pod peas, Wando peas, sugar snap peas, and golden wax, beans, bush beans. That goes in the bean pile. Then we've got soybeans. They're good for fixing nitrogen in the soil. And I'll probably grow them and make some miso. You know I love to ferment things. Then we've got more peas, Austrian winter peas. Oh, that means I can plant them soon, I'll bet. And then hickory king corn and Reed's yellow dent corn. I can't see so well without my glasses on. Wow, that is a lot of seeds. And then this looks like herbs. Wow, for medicine and for cooking. Dill, basil, cilantro, one of my favorites, thyme. Excuse me, thyme, that's my favorite. Chives, sage, oregano, and parsley. Wow, this is just fabulous. And my deck beds are ready, at least a few of them, so some of these are going to go right in there. Okay, it looks like that's the seed. Then I have the Texas Ready Mittleider gardening chart. So this tells me what to plant, when to plant it, spacing, how to feed it, all kinds of things. So this I will put on my potting bench for quick and easy reference, but I'll study it tonight after I read my Max Lucado book. And then, another book. This is a book I've seen and I've and I've been interested in picking up, and I just haven't done it. So the Vegetable Gardener's Bible, how wonderful is that? Man, all I need is more chickens and a goat or two, and we'll be full on food production on our 7/10 of an acre here. Okay, we're not allowed to have goats, but maybe I could hide them in the backyard. Anyway, I'm gonna focus on planting my vegetables now. Common diseases and balanced solutions, good photographs in this book. There's nasturtium, one of my favorite things to plant in the spring because they're just so happy and they taste good too. Well, Kurt and Lucinda, thank you so much for this. I am really super excited to get some of these things in the ground, to mix up my mineral mix, my nutrient mix, to feed my soil. I'm going to be taking pictures and shooting some video to show you guys how things are going and what we're up to, but here we go. Thank you a million times over. Thank you. Texas ready.